Hey, glad you're here. Today, we're going to unbox the YA Once Upon a Book Club book subscription box. Wow, I almost managed to say that all in one slew, and then I doubted myself. Don't doubt yourself. For as often as I unbox things you would think that I would know how to actually introduce the unboxing of it. Anyway, Once Upon a Book Club box is a wonderful subscription service that does YA and adult, and I bounce back and forth. So for July, I'm actually going to do the adult one, but this is the June one, and it's YA, and I am finally getting around to opening it. I'm so excited. Well, I can't actually find what the theme was. It had something to do with riddles, and I know that there was an Asian twist to it. So without any further ado, I'm gonna open it. Alright, so in every Once Upon a Book Club box, we will get a card that says, "Psst, remember, don't open this all at once," because the wonder of this box is that we get to open gifts during the reading of the book. So it's a reading experience. It's not just, oh hey, look at all these themed, Owl Crate or Fairy Loot or the other boxes that you open everything at once and it's just all around a theme, which is still awesome. I love it. But this is a reading experience. So I'm just going to quickly look at what I can anticipate opening, but I'm not going to actually open the gifts yet. I'm going to open them with you as I read. We have a book print. Cruelty is easy to repay. Kindness is another matter. Ooh. Okay, so every box has like one thing that comes straight out of the story. It's not a gift, it's usually some sort of letter or just something that's straight out of the story. And this one looks like that's probably what it's going to be, but it's really pretty. Page 321, so I don't get to open this till about the end of the book. On page 58, I'm going to be opening this package, which is... It feels like it's probably going to be a scarf of some sort, like a really lightweight. I don't know, I'm just guessing. On page 400, I am opening this thing. I wonder if it's a teacup, like a plastic teacup. The last box I opened had a purse in it, so I don't know. Whatever's going on in here, it's gonna be nice. I totally just might have killed that teacup. Shoot. Okay. I set it on the side and then it fell. That's my fault. But anyway, here is the book of the month, The Bird and the Blade by Megan Bannon. It's just simple black, but with the pretty edges. Megan Bannon is a librarian and author. In her spare time, she collects graduate degrees from Kansas colleges and universities. I love that. There's more to it, but you can look her up. As a slave in Kipchak Khanate, I don't actually know, linguistically which way to do that, but Jingwa has lost everything, her home, her family, her freedom, until the kingdom is conquered by enemy forces and she finds herself an unlikely conspirator in the escape of Prince Khalaf and his irascible father across the vast Mongol Empire. On the run, with adversaries on all sides and an endless journey ahead, Jingwa hatches a scheme to use the Kipchak's exile to return home, a plan that becomes increasingly fraught as her feelings for Khalaf evolve into an impossible love. Jingwa's already dicey prospects take a downward turn when Khalaf seeks to restore his kingdom by forging a marriage alliance with Turandot, the daughter of the great Khan. As beautiful as she is cunning, Turandot requires all potential suitors to solve 3 impossible riddles to win her hand, and if they fail, they die. Jingwa has kept her own counsel well, but with Khalaf's kingdom and his very life on the line, she must reconcile the hard truth of her past with her love for a boy who has no idea what she's capable of, even if it means losing him to the girl who'd sooner take his life than his heart. Alright, well, I'm excited, and I'm going to go look and make sure that the gift didn't just die on my floor, because that would be sad. And looks like 10 lucky subscribers can win an adorable ampersand ring. Each winner will win one. To enter, tag us in as many photos of your book club goodies on Facebook or Instagram. Yeah, so they always have some sort of giveaway, and then there are a bunch of dates for guided discussions, and there's an author meet and greet. And anyway, if you're not following Once Upon a Book Club on Instagram, I highly recommend it. They just bring you joy, even if you're not subscribed. They're good people. Next time I see you, I will have thoughts about the next gift. Thanks for watching. I can't find anywhere with like good lighting, and I also of course chose today not to wear all my makeup. But I had to tell you, I finished this book. Oh my goodness. I put some stickies in it as I went, and I read with Dear Mulan, which was appropriate. So I did not remember, or I did not realize coming out of this, that this book is actually a retelling of the Turandot opera. And because I didn't know that, I was not prepared for the... It's like I caught every little twist and turn along the way, and not in a bad way. Like I appreciated it. Like all of the different twists, they didn't surprise me. I saw them coming, except for the very last one. I did not see that coming, which is kind of funny because if you know the play, then that is the one thing that you would see coming. If you're familiar with the play or the opera of Turandot and all of its history, then you will get an idea of what this book is about. It's from the slave girl's perspective. And oh my goodness, Prince Khalaf is... So anyway, I sped through this book, and every time I came to a present, I either wasn't in a place where I could film for you, or I just didn't want to stop the momentum of reading to stop and film. So I'm finished. I'm gonna give you my report, and I get to open up my presents all at once, so that'll be fun. First present. I'm having so much trouble finding a place with like an okay background and good lighting, so I moved again. So on page 58, I got to open, or I'm getting to open, my first gift. I enter the slave's gear, cast off my deal, and tie a thick strip of muslin around what passes for my breasts. So we have the typical girl is disguising herself as boy moment. And this is my page 58. It is, I mean, it has to be the muslin, right? Jingua's deal. Oh, it's not the muslin, it's the deal. All right, so this is interesting. This is what it says. I don't know if you can read that, but it's pretty. It's in their themes. Ah, so yeah. Interesting. Wow. Dare I try it on? All right. Here it is. Fun! That's so clever. I have never seen an actual jacket in a subscription box before. I totally thought it was gonna be like the muslin scarf or something, so that's really cool. The next gift happened on page 321. I take the portrait gingerly into my hands and study it. The girl staring back at me is lusciously beautiful. I won't tell you too much because of spoilers, but this is going to be a portrait. So this is the letter come bearing the portrait of Princess Turandot, or Turandot. I'm trying to decide if, I mean, obviously the opera is French, but set in with the Mongols, and it's like in Iran and Iraq and China and all of that. Turandot. I wonder if it comes from the word for daughter, like dokher. Anyway, I don't have enough Farsi to actually do etymology right now, but I would be interested. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay, so here's the portrait. So again, there's always something that comes just straight out of the story. So there's our portrait of the princess. This is the princess with the 3 riddles the prince has to answer or he'll die. And the final one, man, we don't even get to it until the epilogue. He places a small, finely painted porcelain cup on its polished surface and fills it with steaming tea or rich wine. I am super excited for this one, but also a little afraid because I remember when I did my unboxing, like initially, which for you is not too long ago, but for me it was like a month ago, that I dropped it. So here's hoping it didn't break. Page 400. Oh, it is this very cute. And then we have the plate itself. And hey, It is melamine wear, dishwasher safe on top rack. I mean, since I've gotten to where I am right now, did I tell you? I mean, you could probably obviously tell that I'm not in my room because I'm taking you on the road with me, and I'm actually currently in Michigan on business, not for microwave use. Dishwasher safe top rack. There we go. Yep, I am in Michigan. I'm about to run a bookstore at a camp for about 10 days, so working on things. Did you see the cat just jump up there? Look at him. Oh my goodness, you're so cute. Yes, we did bring the cat up with us, and he hated us for it every moment of the car ride, but now he's happy to be here. So I have my teacup and this fun deal, D-E-E-L, and the portrait and the book. So as all things go, for presents wise, I mean, the portrait is stunningly done, and I think that was a really nice touch, and it's the kind of thing that you could just put it on art print wall. It's not just straight from the book to be straight from the book. Like, you could do something with it if you were so inclined. This is definitely, it's pretty and useful. This is also very pretty and useful, although I'm not really a pastels type person, so like I probably won't wear it very often. We'll see. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe my mom will like it. It's very pretty. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but it is a really nice touch. It's a nice gift, and they were good to do that. And then of course there was also this print, which says, "Cruelty is easy to repay, kindness is another matter," which is a great segue. The triumph of this book was the print. Khalaf. Man, I can say it in my head, and I try to say it out loud and it doesn't come out right, but he is just the embodiment of a strong protector who is kind and gentle and brilliant and sees even the lowest of the low and respects life, but is also epic with his bow and arrow and his swords and defending people. Like, if he has to defend you, he will defend you, right? Like, his smarts and his heart are his strengths, but that doesn't mean he's not strong in his body. And I also really liked the fact that he's like so OP, that he's so overpowered in his smarts and his beauty and his everything, that of course his flaw is that he can't sing. So I love the name of this book is even more apt now that I have finished it and know it. I think that the story arc was brilliantly done. I'm not always crazy about books that do flashbacks, not like flashbacks in general, but like a back and forth between present and past. And you know, whenever people talk about books that do that, like it's this big huge cool thing, I'm not usually into it, but this was really good. The prologue starts where Jinghua and Khalaf first meet, and then it goes to the end of the story, which is Khalaf doing the riddles, which is not a spoiler, that's kind of the whole point of this book. And then we go and we walk with them to see how they got to that point, but there are 3 riddles, right? So it like goes back and forth between present day and the climax, and then how they got to this and the formation of the relationship, the romance, and this is so sweet and heart-wrenching, and it's based in our world. The only like fantasy elements of it is just the ancestrals, like for instance Jingwa's brother is kind of haunting her as a ghost, and so there's that very strong aspect of it's not just religion in the sense of they worship their ancestors, but she actually interacts with her ancestors every now and then, and it's very important to the story. Anyway, this is beautiful. I don't know what stars I'm giving it. I hate giving things stars. I feel like that's so relative, but I highly recommend it, especially if you like stories with like epicness and sadness, but also here, okay, one of these tabs. Khalaf has learned enough Hanyu by this point that he giggles. He actually giggles. It's adorable. He's adorable. It's becoming a bit of a problem for me, this adorableness, this adorability. Okay, I don't know if that will actually mean anything to you, but it made my heart happy. There's a dichotomy in this book of unfamiliar words and terms, because in reality, if you're not familiar with the Middle East and Asia and all of that history and those words and those terminologies, then there's a lot to wrap your mind around. But then at the same time, Jinghua's voice is so relatable, and the relationships between her and Khalaf and between her and Khalaf's father, the relationships are really well done in this book. I think that's what I'm gonna say for this. I recommend it. Thank you, Once Upon a Book Club box. This continues to be my favorite subscription service just because of the care and excellence with which they choose their books and they promote their books and the attention to detail within it. I just love the idea of a book club that's a reading experience, and they do it well. Yay! This was June's Young Adult. The next one up for me is going to be, I have July's Adult box, which is going to be very different, but I'm looking forward to it. So until next time, ciao for now.